I think it is in different stages. I can kind of remember having some blue Little Tykes Club banging around in my backyard. I remember coming out with my dad and my younger brother, and even my mom would tag along sometimes, and just walking around Greenwood Country Club, and particularly on a kind of a late evening during the summer, being 5 or 6 years old. I think growing up, I always loved the competition. I always kind of thought of myself a little bit as the underdog, because I don't even think, you talk about Vince. I don't even think I wasn't really the best player at my own high school.
Really?
And then, he committed to Clemson, before I did.
Okay.
And so it was always kind of just the competition in South Carolina was so good with Philip Malika and Luke Hopkins and Vince, and there were 4 of us just from the state that went to Clemson, and then you had Baker Elmore, Alan Kuhn, Patrick Rada was a year behind us, Paul Woodbury went to South Carolina. So you had almost 10 guys who I really couldn't even beat growing up. So I just enjoyed trying to catch up to the guys that were better than me. The South Carolina junior golf circuit is just, it's so cool to kind of look back at the guys we played, especially in college. We talked about some of those guys earlier, but Vince and I were roommates for his whole time at Clemson, and then Philip and Luke and I all lived together in Greenville 2 years ago before I got married. So I was playing golf against those guys when I was 7, 8 years old, and now we were 23, 24, and we were roommates together. We had such good competition in the state. I never really won a whole lot, and that was the first state tournament that I think I'd won. And to have the self name attached to it, and to be from Greenwood, it was special to be kind of my first win in high school. I remember one thing that happened over here at Lodge Grounds in the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year. The top 8 or whatever it was got to play for the chance to go to the state tournament. I think I was 8 or 9 years old, and one of the guys I was playing with asked me to move my ball marker. And I'd never heard of somebody asking me to move my ball marker on the green, so I didn't know what to do, and I usually don't like to ask for help. I like to figure it out myself. So I saw where it was, and I just went over and picked it up and just kept staring at my spot. And then after he putted, I knew where my ball was, so I went and put it back down. And then when we got in, I found out that was a penalty. But fortunately for me, because I think I'd won the tournament or finished second. Jeff Abrams was here at the time. I don't know if y'all know Jeff, but he took me out to number 2 was where it happened, and he asked me what happened, and I told him, and he uses it as a teaching moment to teach me the right process on how to do that in the future. And